B2B sales isn't a skill you can just pick up by attending a workshop. It takes practice, dedication, and time to master. The problem is that the training most salespeople get isn't effective. Over 90% of workshop and seminar content is forgotten within 30 days. However, there is a better way. Unlike other sales training programs, our Momentium system combines traditional teaching techniques, an interactive sales simulator, and video conference coaching. Allowing salespeople to learn and practice new skills is what sets us apart from other training providers. Our training programs have proven to be more effective than any workshop or seminar. We improve sales forces, guaranteed. Each week, your salespeople will complete one training module, which consists of several lessons and simulated sales calls. Each module requires learners to learn new concepts, practice those concepts in simulated sales calls, and confirm their understanding in recap sessions and video conference coaching. First, the Coaching Academy contains short, interactive, and focused lessons that will teach salespeople the skills and techniques they need to be successful. We devote time to core concepts and advanced tools every salesperson needs to know. Every concept is delivered one at a time, ensuring salespeople have a chance to practice concepts before moving on to new ones. After learning a new skill, salespeople must complete a series of 3 lifelike sales calls where they open, develop, and close a deal.
Christy, what do you think is the single biggest development opportunity for your sales force?
Our team members are tech experts who traditionally relied on their tech knowledge to sell. More and more, we are dealing with non-IT people who need a different approach.
Momentium provides learners the opportunity to put techniques into practice immediately. This develops better habits leading to greater sales success. After successfully completing the sales simulation in each module, you'll review the key factors that led to the success in those sales calls. This guided reflection is crucial when it comes to creating long-term mastery. Beyond being the most effective sales training system available today, organizations that use Momentium enjoy several other benefits as well. The online training lets us track and record activity within each module. We use this information to benchmark your team's performance and show you how each of your salespeople are improving.
And then we have the honor of using the third keynote speaker of the day, which is Mr. Atif Murtaza, who is currently working with Shan Foods Private Limited as a sales capability manager. Having vast experience and expertise in sales of more than 11 years. Prior to Shan Foods, he was last associated with RB Pakistan, Nestle as National Sales Training Manager. He was also associated with TRG, Act Nielsen, etc. And currently he is also a visiting faculty member at IBA, which is the Institute of Business Administration in Karachi. He is a learning enthusiast who loves experimenting the new ways of learning. He has good oratory skills and he loves to engage audience to learn something new. He has a dream of changing lives around him by enabling people to live their dreams, which is phenomenal to have Atif Murtaza with us, and it's a great pleasure for us to have him on board at this local sales conference. Atif, how are you? Are you experiencing any?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Great. Are you experiencing any power outages in your area due to rain?
Yes, there is a power outage. Even my generator has given up. But I have not given up. So I'm sitting in the natural light with some hotspot on. So let's start, inshallah. Thanks a lot for the wonderful introduction. That really means a lot for me.
You're welcome.
So,
with this, the floor is yours. Take it away.
thanks a lot. So I would like to establish a connection between Ishq and COVID. I have been a big fan of Urdu literature, Urdu poetry, and the most talked about thing is Ishq. Like Ishq hota sabko hai, kisi ko koi bach nahi sakta, and Ishq na puche zaat. and love has no boundaries. Similarly, COVID has no boundaries. COVID doesn't differentiate between the ethnicities or the religions or the nationalities. It is very difficult to avoid. Almost everyone is going to get affected sooner or later. Some will show symptoms, some will not show symptoms, like lovers. However, it is something new that has happened to planet Earth. So some people have even labeled it as World War III or World War IV or 9/11 on a global scale. But I think it's a new normal. It's a new normal. It's a wake up call. It has happened because of multiple reasons, that the human beings were not investing in the right direction. We were more into making weapons and other stuff rather than focusing on technology and science. But however, whatever has happened, inshallah, we will overcome it. They usually say that whatever happens is beyond your control, but how you react to it is under your control. The very famous cockroach theory by Sundar Pichai, in which he said, "Ki there were two women in a restaurant, और एक cockroach उड़ के आता है और एक डर के चीख मारती है, दूसरी उसको भगा देती है." So the cockroach was same, the reaction was different. So COVID is same for everyone, but the reactions are different. Some people have panicked a lot. Some organizations have given up already. Some were not agile enough. Some didn't take the right stance. However, this is the true representation of the VUCA environment, which is volatility. Every single day, since I am in the FMCG industry, I know how volatile it was. Certain areas were being locked down, certain restrictions were being imposed, food category, non-food category, essential items, non-essential items. Every single day, we were getting a new notification, and the team had to buckle up and respond to that. Uncertainty. There was a lot of uncertainty. What's going to happen tomorrow? Nobody was sure. पता नहीं खाने पीने की चीजें मिलेंगी नहीं मिलेंगी, incomes रहेंगी नहीं रहेंगी. Similarly, complexity. In a usual circumstance, when in sales, you give a certain trade offer or trade marketing support, you get a certain result. But in these circumstances, there was uncertainty. Nobody was sure what's going to happen. Other than that, ambiguity. Nothing was clear. What's going to happen? Where is your air going to land? Nobody knew it. So how did we respond? We at Shan Foods, Alhamdulillah. So the very first thing that we kept in focus was the human element, the human connection, the strongest of all connections. दुनिया में मोबाइल फोन से भी पहले जिस चीज से इंसान इंसान से जुड़ा आया है, that is the human connection. So what we did was, the top management, the leadership connected immediately. The connection has to be reestablished as soon as there is a calamity, or there is any disaster, or is anything which is beyond your control. So the chairman, the CEO, the head of sales, all the functional heads, they connected to their teams immediately. There were town halls, there were discussions, and we supported each other. We were there to watch each other's back. We had to give that surety, because if you want to connect to your employees, you have to connect to the four basic elements, which is their mind, their body, their soul, their heart. How do you connect to their mind? You connect to their mind by giving them the vision, like we are one of the best food companies and we are serving a noble cause. So there was a noble cause, the vision was provided. The conscience for your soul, that we have a very good purpose, right? Similarly, for your mind, for your body, we had the discipline. There were certain protocols defined immediately, that you have to follow these protocols for your safety. Similarly, the last thing, for your heart, there was that passion. So all these things were combined. What we did in the COVID circumstances, the very first habit that we inculcated in our team was the safety habit. We developed a daily tracker, a red, yellow, green tracker, in which we were reporting the COVID or COVID suspects, or even if any of our order bookers had the symptoms, if their family members had the symptoms, any of their relatives had the symptoms, we were noting that down. The red ones were those who had been diagnosed, confirmed. The yellow ones were those who were doubtful. The green ones were those who were clear. So every single day, we have been reporting it to the head office, to the HR. I've been maintaining a central sheet. So the very first thing is the safety habit. The effective sales habit during COVID-19 is safety habit. Number two is your uh, care habit. Show genuine care, care from your heart. Businesses can be revived but relationships cannot be revived. Human beings are the most important asset. That is what we did. We were among the few local companies who gave work from home, even for all the field staff as well, for a couple of days and a couple of weeks as well, because we knew that it is important to keep the team intact. वो एक नारा बड़ा मशहूर हुआ था, डरना नहीं लड़ना है. हम ये कह रहे थे, डरना नहीं, ना लड़ना है, ना डरना है, बच बचा के काम करना है. Because remember, employees are going to make the organization survive. The organization is definitely going to reciprocate. God forbid अगर organization support survive नहीं करती और employees भी survive नहीं कर रहे होंगे in the material aspect. The third one was the cruise missile habit. I literally enjoy watching the videos of cruise missile hitting its target. It's very agile. It adjusts to the environment. It understands the environment. It adjusts according to the wind speed. It adjusts according to any obstacles, and it delivers the target. That was the mindset. What happened during the few earlier days during COVID? There were market closures. Sometimes wholesales were operating, sometimes they were not. Sometimes key accounts were operating, sometimes they were not. Sometimes certain channels were operating, sometimes they were not. So we had to ensure wherever, whenever, however we are able to sell few more packs of our products, we are going to do that. So that was a key habit. I would also add from our previous keynote speakers discussion, uh, the growth mindset. That is what was inculcated. That is the cruise missile habit, that I have to deliver in any case, in all circumstances, and I have to adapt to technology. If I cannot do it physically, there are a lot of team members who experienced technology at this extent for the very first time. Uh, some of them were not very comfortable in the initial days, but obviously the technology thing helped them a lot. Finally, rapid responses. How rapidly our team members were responding to the queries, how rapidly they were responding to the competition. For example, if you get an insight that the competition might not be operating, so bingo, you have to attack the market. So that responsiveness was there as well. I would also like to top up the importance of habit. Why do we need habits? Habits are something which take you into the automatic mode. It takes you in brainless working. If you are habitual of doing something, you won't have to think a lot, ponder a lot. So that is how these few key initiatives helped us a lot. On top of that, we were very lenient and very flexible and very agile in terms of human resource policies. We supported our staff to the best possible extent. If somebody had the fear of coming to work, we supported them. We provided them the leaves, because if someone has a germophobia, or if someone is not comfortable coming to the work, you cannot push them to the work. Eventually, alhamdulillah, we have been delivering uh, throughout all these months, because the consumers are consuming our products, are the need of the market, especially when the restaurants are off. So Shan is the only savior in the form of good biryani and good food. So that is what has kept us alive. I'm open to question and answers as well. Thanks a lot. That's all from my part.
Okay, great. With this, Atif, great keynote. Loved hearing about some of the habits that you are practicing at Shan Foods, including safety habit being the number one, and obviously doing it from the heart. Totally loved it. Enjoyed the practices within your organization, and then obviously you talked about care habit, and then cruise missile habit, which is a great metaphor that you use as a cruise missile, and using it with your employees. So that's awesome. So you're aware where it's going to hit, and what do we need to react, and how do we need to drive our strategies forward, and obviously agreeing to the other panelists. Growth mindset, adapting to the technology with a habit of building, immediately getting back to your customers.